If you've ever watched Frozen 2 closely, there's something strange about Anna that almost no one talks about. Everyone knows Elsa can summon blizzards, build ice castles, and freeze an entire fjord with a wave of her hand. But what a lot of people didn't pick up on is that her sister, Anna, doesn't actually appear to be affected by the cold, like at all, especially in Frozen 2. She falls into freezing water, she trudges through snow with bare hands, she walks through icy winds in thin dresses, yet she never shivers, never complains, never even seems cold. Now, the obvious and simple explanation is that Disney just didn't want to bog down their princess with constant "brr, I'm freezing" moments. After all, she's got kingdoms to save, songs to sing, and Olaf to keep alive. But what if that detail wasn't a mistake? What if Anna's resistance to the cold isn't just a stylistic choice, but a hint of something much bigger? Because when you really think about it, Anna's strange immunity to freezing might actually be an intentional foreshadowing, a sign that Anna is something more than just a normal human being. And if that's true, it could mean one very big thing, that Anna might play a much bigger role in Frozen 3 than we had originally realized, right beside Elsa. Now, back in Frozen 1, we actually get a series of subtle but blatantly obvious clues to this mystery. We all remember that iconic moment in the Ice Palace when young Elsa accidentally strikes Anna in the head with her powers. That blast of ice doesn't just chill her, it freezes her and knocks her out completely. Elsa and her parents rush to the trolls, and Grandpappy saves Anna by removing the ice from her body and altering her memories. But here's the thing, Elsa struck Anna twice in her life, once in the head and later in the heart, slowly turning her to ice as the story unfolds. And when Anna ultimately throws herself in front of Han's sword to save Elsa, her sacrifice freezes her completely solid, an act that should have been fatal. Yet when Elsa embraced her, the ice melted away, bringing Anna back to life. Only an act of true love can thaw a frozen heart, Grandpappy reminded them. And Anna's selfless act wasn't just about saving her sister, it was the ultimate expression of unconditional love. It even made Elsa realize that the key to controlling and using her powers was through love itself. But what if that moment did more than just save her? What if Elsa's magic, now infused with love, changed Anna permanently? It's not so far-fetched. That act of unconditional love, when she sacrificed herself to save Elsa, may not have just been the thing that saved them both. It could have completely transformed and alchemized the power that had already been passed into Anna from Elsa's ice magic. In other words, the reason Anna doesn't get cold might not just be emotional or symbolic, it could be physical. Her body could carry an element of magical immunity within her system, a fusion of Elsa's frost and Anna's love, creating something entirely new within her. Her body may have harmonized with Elsa's frost magic immediately after her act of selfless and unconditional love, almost like antibodies forming after an illness. That would explain why in Frozen 2, Anna can march through blizzards and icy rivers like it's a mild autumn day. In other words, Elsa may have unknowingly gifted her sister a lasting resistance, which was later solidified permanently through Anna's act of love. And that brings us to the next part of the theory, which opens the door to an even deeper, more intriguing layer of this mystery. Anna's sacrifice, her act of true love, was the moment that not only saved Elsa, but thawed her own heart. It wasn't Elsa's magic that saved the day, it was Anna's unconditional love. When Elsa's fear consumed her and froze everything in its path, Anna chose selflessness over survival. She didn't run from danger, she ran toward it, throwing herself in front of Han's sword to save her sister. That act, the purest form of love, radiated through Elsa, melting her fear and restoring warmth to Arendelle. It wasn't Elsa's love that thawed Anna, it was Anna's love that transformed Elsa's power from destruction into healing. From that instant, Anna became something extraordinary, the embodiment of selfless warmth. Her spirit became a counterbalance to Elsa's ice. Where Elsa magic freezes, Anna's heart melts. Where Elsa isolates, Anna connects. Her very essence became a living equilibrium, a fusion of sacrifice and a sort of salvation, you could even say. And that's why Anna is immune to the cold now. She's not armored by Elsa's power, she's infused with love's enduring strength, an energy that shields her from the cold and never lets her get cold. Because at this point, she's the embodiment of Elsa's opposite, warmth. So yes, Elsa may be the Snow Queen, but Anna, she might be the living shield of love itself. Now, where things get really interesting is when we take a look at Frozen 2. We learn that Elsa is not just a queen, she's the fifth spirit, the bridge between humans and the elemental forces of nature. But here's the twist. Elsa can't fulfill her role without Anna. When Elsa crosses Ahtohallan and learns the truth of her powers, she realizes something profound. She's not the only part of the fifth elemental spirit. Her sister is the other half. And many fans miss this at the end of Frozen 2, but Elsa actually tells Anna this as well. She says, "A bridge has two sides, and Mother had two daughters. And who's the other side of the bridge? Anna." That single line might be one of the most overlooked but most important clues in all of Frozen 2. It means Anna's role isn't just Queen of Arendelle, she's literally half of the bridge that unites the human and the magical realms. Without her, Elsa's power would remain unbalanced, just like nature was before the dam broke. So what does that mean? If Elsa represents ice, Anna represents power expressed in the form of warmth, both connected through the power of love. In other words, Anna's very nature could be an elemental balance. her body connected to warmth and vitality that balances out Elsa's frozen powers. Interestingly, this theme actually mirrors Encanto, where Mirabel, who starts out as the only one without a gift, ends up restoring the family's magic entirely. The ending implies that Mirabel didn't get a gift because she was the magic itself. Anna could be something very similar. Put simply, both sisters form the bridge, Elsa on one side and Anna on the other. One is the embodiment of cold, the other the embodiment of warmth. Together, they maintain the balance that unites both worlds, and that balance could explain her uncanny ability to walk through the hardest cold without flinching. She's not just immune, she's part of that equilibrium, and fueled with her own powers of warmth that were activated by Elsa all of those years ago. And not only that, but do you remember how the story connects Arendelle's royal family to the North Uldra tribe? We find out that their mother, Queen Iduna, was North Uldra, one of the people who lived in harmony with the elemental spirits. That means Anna and Elsa are both half North Uldra, and that their bloodline itself might carry ancient magic. So maybe Anna doesn't need to cast ice or fire to have magic in her veins. She could possess a dormant kind of magic. In folklore, this is common. Royal bloodlines often carry ancient blessings or protections passed down through generations. And considering Iduna saved Agnar all those years ago, maybe she was gifted an elemental favor, a protective charm, that carried through to both of her daughters. Elsa's favor manifested as power, Anna's as protection. That would explain why, even as children, Elsa's icy blasts never seemed to really harm Anna, the way they should have at least. The magic in Anna's blood might have shielded her from its full effect, almost like an insulation against Elsa's frost. So while Elsa's abilities are visible and extraordinary, Anna's are hidden and passive, expressed through her resilience, her survival, and her unwavering warmth and love. Take a look at the symbolism behind this interesting immunity Anna seems to possess. Her seeming immunity to the cold isn't just a superpower, it's more like a symbol. When Elsa embodies isolation and fear, Anna radiates love, hope, human warmth. And she doesn't need a cloak or a fire because she is the warmth. She is the heart of Arendelle, a steady flame that never goes out. When everything around her freezes, Anna keeps moving forward, guided by compassion and connection. Her warmth isn't just physical, it's emotional, spiritual, and deeply human, which is exactly what is needed to balance out the chaotic ice magic that Elsa possesses. If Elsa is winter, Anna is the returning spring. If Elsa is solitude, Anna is connection. Together, they're the two halves of balance, cold and warmth, fear and love, magic and humanity. And I personally don't think Disney forgot to make Anna feel cold in Frozen 2. I believe they actually chose her to embody warmth itself, not only as a subtle nod to Anna's potential powers, but also as a reminder of love and courage that can thaw even the hardest frost. And the best part of these theories, I don't think any of them are separate competing theories. If you look closely, they actually all complement and build off of one another. Elsa's accidental strike in Frozen 1 imbues something in Anna, a possible latent magical resistance passed down from her mother's North Uldra heritage. That resistance is then awakened by Anna's act of true love, permanently fusing Anna's life force with magic. From that day forward, Elsa learns how to control her icy powers through love, and Anna's powers, the human embodiment of warmth and love, are officially awakened to balance out Elsa's icy ones. By the time we reach Frozen 2, that transformation is complete. Elsa and Anna aren't just sisters, they're two halves of a magical balance. Elsa, the fifth spirit, the bridge to magic. Anna, the human heart, the bridge to humanity. Together, they connect both worlds, one through ice, the other through warmth. That's why Elsa can't rule Arendelle anymore. It's not her place. She belongs with the spirits. But Anna, her equal opposite, belongs with the people. Two queens, two worlds, two forms of magic. And with Frozen 3 on the horizon, Anna's immunity to the cold could finally take center stage. Elsa may have found her purpose in Ahtohallan, but Anna now rules Arendelle. If the next story explores the balance between humans and the elemental spirits, Anna's hidden connection could emerge in full. Perhaps a new threat arises, one that weakens Elsa's ice powers, and the only one who can face it, the queen who feels no cold. It would be the ultimate payoff, proving that the sister who never freezes has been the key to restoring balance all along. But what do you think? Is Anna secretly magical? Was her immunity to the cold a hint all along? And how do you think that will play into Frozen 3? Definitely let me know what you think in the comments below.